Scorpio, July invites you to step into your purpose and your power. You're not reinventing yourself, you're remembering who you are. We're going to kick it off by looking at the general transits in the sky, and then I will open up the chart for you, Scorpio, and I'll kind of take you through how this month is going to unfold by looking at all the different transits and aspects. Let's go, Scorpio. Mercury starts off in your 10th house this month, and you are very much focused in on your career. You're focused in on your business if you own one, and if you're not in a career and you're retired, and if you don't own a business, then maybe you're focused in on like your personal legacy, what you're leaving behind for your family for generations to come, or your social reputation out in the world. I mean, you could not have a business and you could be retired, but you could be having so much fun on social media and maybe like getting monetized on social media, something like that. So you're really focused in on like prepping yourself or positioning yourself for maybe a bonus or a raise. Maybe you're talking to your boss about what you need to do to get to that next level, or you're focused in on your own plans and projects as it relates to your business, or once again, you're finding ways to really project yourself out and gain some sort of popularity. Now, on the 18th of the month through August 11th, Mercury goes retrograde, okay? And we all know Mercury retrograde means miscommunications, delays, issues with technology, but Scorpio, here at Lindsay with Love, we are not victim to the energy in the sky. We are aware of the energy in the sky, and we use the energy to our greatest advantage. So from the 18th of July until August 11th, it is not the best time to be signing contracts. Double check the emails you're sending, double check what you're writing, on your the messenger that you have at the office. Make sure you're sending out the right emails for your business. The links are all linked. It's just a time to like double check. Now, if you're somebody who travels for business, I would say give yourself extra travel time because there are typically delays. And if you're somebody who's relying on technology for something, maybe give yourself a couple of minutes before the meeting starts to make sure everything is set up nicely because, Mercury does like involve those glitches. Hit the save button a bunch of times. Like there's never a wrong time to hit save on your work. It's that type of energy in the sky. So what about love and money, Scorpio? Well, Venus starts off in your 7th house, but then on the 4th of the month moves into your 8th house where she'll stay for the remainder of the month. And Venus, the energy of love and money in your 8th house, this is super powerful energy. From an energetic perspective, you've got the energy of love in this house of like your own personal development, of you feeling very confident and empowered and trusting of yourself and respecting of yourself. It's a really powerful time to go deep within your psyche, tap into yourself, maybe through some journaling or meditation, and figure out if there's any more fears or healing work that needs to be done. And if there is, just shower yourself with tons of self-love. Remember, Scorpio, that the journey starts off as like a healing journey, and then it goes into a self-love journey. And then once you're like, I am so good with myself, the good, the bad, the ugly, all parts of me, you transcend into like a truth-seeking journey. And so if you've been working on healing yourself for quite some time, maybe this is the month where you say, you know what, I'm healed. Like enough is enough. Because Scorpio, you can get stuck in a healing loop, which is not the best place to live because you're always thinking you've got to do something better and better. When in reality, like eventually you are enough and all of you is enough. So very powerful from an energetic perspective and super powerful from a money perspective as well, because Venus is the energy of money in your 8th house, of shared resources. So you might be getting good news from your partner that your partner is getting a raise or a promotion. It could be that you are making some really strong investment decisions, or like one of your investments is really popping off. It could be that you're getting like the settlement money, the claim money, the insurance money, some sort of like unexpected payout as well. And Scorpio, get ready because you are going to be so popular this month and you are going to be moving and grooving. You're going to be going to this dinner, to that networking event, to that brunch, to that yoga class, to this, to that, to this, because you have Mars hanging out in your 11th house of your social networks, of groups and organizations you belong to. So Mars is like really much your physical energy. It's like leadership energy. It's your assertive energy. It's you taking action to create your best life. And the action you're taking this month is all about you connecting with the right people. The 11th house is your benefactors and allies. It's the people that want to support you in creating your best reality. So you could very well meet that person or those people this month with Mars in your 11th house. Make sure you say yes to invitations, specifically like networking events. And it's also a time, Scorpio, where you might be really focused on doing your best to physically show up and energetically show up in your authenticity, in your integrity no matter who you are standing in front of. Because the 11th house does rule authenticity. And with this physical energy, it's like, okay, every day I'm going to get ready. Every day, if you're a woman, I'm going to do my hair, do my makeup, get dressed, feel good, spritz on the perfume or the cologne, whatever, right? It's like you're going to show up physically, but you're also going to show up every day with your shoulders back and your head held high and your confidence turned on. And that's very energetics, but you're mindful of this. And because you're showing up very authentic in every situation, oh my gosh, you're going to be rewarded by the universe, because the universe loves authenticity. Scorpio, I discussed Jupiter entering Cancer last month, so we won't discuss it again here because it's repetitive information. But if you missed that video or you want to learn more or refresh your memory, you can click in the description box below. There is a Jupiter in Cancer for all signs video there. Scorpio, if you're not already excited enough, it gets even more interesting, because in July there are 3 outer planets shifting, moving and grooving in the sky. So this is very much a collective energy, but it's also going to impact you personally. Starting off on the 5th of the month, Neptune retrogrades into your 6th house. And then on the 13th of the month, Saturn retrogrades and meets up with Neptune in your 6th house. Neptune is a planet of kind of rose-colored glasses. It's kind of like head in the clouds. Everything is so dreamy and beautiful and perfect. And with Neptune retrograde, it's almost like you take the glasses off and you're like, oh. And it's not a bad thing. It's a great time to start to shift your reality and get it to match up with your dreams and your wishes. You're being asked to look at your work routines, your day-to-day life, and your health routines. And you are very much being asked to look at what are you doing in your life currently from a physical perspective, from a thoughts and emotions perspective that is not exactly helping you create the reality you want. Because Neptune is like, this is my dream life. And Neptune retrograde is like, okay, well, if it's your dream life, what are you doing to make it happen? And so there's something that's probably got to give or be switched up in your routines so that you get closer to manifesting your dream life. And with Saturn retrograde as well, Saturn is like the energy of emotional maturity, responsibility, discipline. So Saturn is also saying like, take a step back, like bird's eye view this and really get right with yourself. Like, don't lie to yourself. Be super honest, Scorpio. What are you doing every single day that is actually moving you toward your dreams? What are you also doing every single day that is either moving you away from your dreams or not moving you at all? And you've got to start switching up that routine. You are meant to be effective, efficient, and productive. You are meant to be in a flow state. It is the natural state for us human spiritual beings to be living in. It's just that we're all bogged down by all these things that aren't really that important to us creating our dream life. So get right with your routines. Get right with your health. Remember, you are emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and physically meant to be healthy, right? And those are the 4 components of your overall health. So get right with yourself there, get right with your work routine, get right with your day in the life of, cut out the crap that isn't moving you toward your dream life so that you can actually manifest everything you desire. And Scorpio, if you do all that, oh my gosh, you have such a powerful opportunity for the next 7 years. Uranus enters into Gemini on the 5th of the month into your 8th house. Now, this is a huge shift for the collective because Uranus has not been in Gemini for 84 years since 1941. So it's a huge shift for the collective, but it's also going to impact you personally as well. So let's break it down. Uranus, the planet of innovation, invention, individuality, humanitarian efforts, technology, AI, ETs, other worldly things, the energy of breaking down and dismantling structures that no longer serve us so that we can build structures that do serve us better, and not just us individually, but for everybody, the entire collective. Now, this energy is hanging out in Gemini, studying, education, learning, intellect, and communication. So from a collective perspective, Scorpio, I do believe that education systems are going to be dismantled. You're going to see a lot of shifts in the way that we teach kids and even going into our adult life, like university, college, preparing ourselves for higher education and wisdom and knowledge. I think it's going to be a time where a lot of humans start to realize that our thoughts do create our reality. And so I think a lot more people are going to be interested in subconscious reprogramming, mindset work, mindset shifting, meditation, astral travel, telepathy, remote viewing, all of those things that exist, but a lot of people just don't believe it. I think there's going to be a big mindset shift around that. And lastly, I think we're going to see a lot of technological advances very, very quickly over the next 7 to 8 years. It's a very exciting time for our reality. So for you, Scorpio, how this is going to impact you is really around your own personal development. It's happening for you in your 8th house of your personal development, of your ability to merge your energy with another's for the greater good of both of you, to kind of set aside your ego desires, to be able to compromise and like balance yours and another's energy. But also the house of your joint accounts and resources. So you could really see some quite interesting changes around like investments. You could see some growth and innovative ideas that you have around like yours and your partner's joint account and how to like really grow and evolve yourself as like a team. But from a very energetic and like personal perspective, I would say you absolutely are going to release your fears. You are going to decide that you are worthy and deserving. You are going to step into your confidence and your personal empowerment, and you are going to solidify yourself into new frequencies. Now, this is a long transit, so it's not going to happen right away. It could, you could quantum leap, but it's like over the next 7 or 8 years. So I could see it that like you are starting off today, Scorpio, listening to this as one version of yourself. And like say year 1, you're another version, and year 1.5, you're like another version in year 2. And by the time this transit is over, like you've gone through 10 versions of yourself. It's that freaking powerful. So make sure to tap in. And it just pairs so nicely because on the 10th of the month, there is a full moon happening for you in your 3rd house. Now, full moons are bringing endings, completions, culminations, fruitions. They are shining a spotlight on something that you maybe had never noticed before. And in this 3rd house, it's all about your mind, your intellect, your communication. Maybe, Scorpio, you've been saying something over and over again and it's kind of negative. And for the first time, you're like, oh my gosh, like this is why I'm stuck in this reality loop. Maybe you're deciding finally that you're gonna stop feeding yourself negative self-talk. You're gonna stop worrying and stop doubting yourself. And you're really ready to like release those mindsets and limiting beliefs that are like screwing you over from your best life. It is a powerful time to do that. And finally, Scorpio, on the 24th, there's a new moon happening in your 10th house. Now, this is a powerful time to manifest a new career, a raise, a promotion, a new job title, to manifest starting your business, to launch a product, to manifest like going viral on social media, everybody knowing who you are. But be careful, right? Because Mercury is also retrograde at this time in this same area of life. So you might kind of be like foggy around your manifestation. And we know that God, Source, Universe, Creator wants us to speak very directly and concisely and just like to the point to get what we want. So maybe you kind of pencil it out before you pen it into your journal type of vibes. Just sit with it before you shoot out and blast out what it is you want. But of course, Scorpio, if you decide something and you get it and you don't want it, then just make another choice and decide something new and then manifest that. It's really not that serious. But just as an FYI, you might be a little bit like brain foggy around this manifestation. All right, Scorpio, let's dive into it. We've got your chart open for you. I've got you here, my computer here, my notes here. So I'll do my best to stay focused on you, but I will be looking down at my computer once in a while. So right out of the gate, I will bring your attention down to the right bottom corner of the screen. I just circled. This is the calendar that's going to move the planets along for us as we kind of go throughout the month. Now, last month I did go week by week, which was very nice and easy, but this month the planets aren't really playing as nice with me. And so I'm going to do my best to go in chronological order, but we will bounce around a little bit. And there's not much I can do about it because I'm not the boss of the planet. All right, Scorpio, let's go. You have got, starting off, Jupiter in Cancer up here in your 9th house. Jupiter in Cancer in the 9th sextile Mars in your 11th house. This is happening in the background the entire month long, and this is the energy of big, bold action. Now, it's a sextile, which means the door is open for this big, bold action, but you've got to take it. You've got to walk through the door, so to speak. And for you, you're taking a lot of action in your social house, and it's going to expand your life out drastically if you use this energy wisely. So you are being social, you're connecting with tons of different people, you're spending time with your friends, you're going to the networking events, you're joining groups and organizations that are interesting to you, that are going to help you expand and evolve in your soul. And because of it, you are connecting with the right people that are going to either help you grow and expand like monetarily your entire life. You might be connecting with people that help you share your information, wisdom, and knowledge far and wide, the 9th house of reaching distant shores. And these people are helping you make a dream come true when it comes to maybe book publishing or international or e-commerce business, something like that. It could also be that you are making a lot of progress in becoming the most authentic version of yourself. And because of that, all of a sudden you're like, holy cow, I figured out what my life purpose is. I figured out my soul purpose, and I'm ready to step onto that path. You are working on your authenticity. And because of it, you are figuring out that there are some limiting beliefs that you've been holding on to. And you're going to work on switching up your life philosophy so it's more conducive to the reality that you're trying to manifest. And all of a sudden, you're totally energetically open, your mind is open, and you are releasing limiting beliefs that are kind of keeping you resistant from your best life. It is a time, I know these arrows are a lot, but it helps me share the story and kind of keep myself on track. It's a time where you might meet from a networking event the perfect benefactor or ally that wants to help you make your dreams come true. And because of it, your whole life just opens up. I mean, it's really that big. It could be that you meet somebody because you join a group or organization around like what you're trying to do with your life. Maybe you're trying to evolve. Maybe you want to be a better entrepreneur, you join a group. Maybe you want to learn more about your energy and you join my cosmic collective and you want to become more connected with your higher self. I mean, there's a bunch of things you could do here, but you start hanging out with the certain people, the right people. And because of that, like you're traveling abroad, you are getting invited to distant shores, distant lands to experience different cultures and religions and spirituality. You join the Cosmic Collective, and all of a sudden, your entire mindset shifts around like what you are here to do around your spiritual practice. You're super open-minded. I mean, there's so many ways this could play out, but it's a big, bold action for you to take as it relates to groups and organizations and friends and your authentic energy and your dharma, your soul mission on this planet, and your mindset and your life philosophy. Okay, oh my goodness, and we just got started. All right, Scorpio, then on the first of the month, you have got Venus. Where is Venus? Venus over here in Taurus in your seventh house. How nice is that? Conjunct Uranus, also in Taurus in your seventh house. Now look down at the chart or look at the planets actually. I'm going to move the chart along. July 2nd, 3rd, 4th. They're still conjunct. On the 5th, Venus enters into Gemini. On the 6th, Uranus enters into Gemini. And then this conjunction stays until about the 10th of the month. So from the 1st to the 4th, you've got this conjunction in your 7th house. What does this mean? Well, you've got the planet of love and money, Venus, conjunct the planet of innovation, invention, individuality, freedom, independence, authenticity, dissolving systems and structures that no longer serve you so that you can rebuild in a way that's better for you and the collective. Conjunct. These energies are merging and amplifying in your relationship house. It would not surprise me if you experience some changes in relationships. It could also be that you decide to love yourself so much that you are going to create stronger boundaries and kind of stand in your authenticity so you attract the right relationship, Scorpio. But there's some changes around relationships it doesn't have to be for the bad, right? It could be for the good too. You could be attracting a new relationship that is more authentic than ever before for you, and it feels really right. But this is an energy of like, can't bring me down, can't hold me down type of energy. It's very freeing and expansive and individualistic. So let's see how it plays out for you. Now, Venus is also the energy of money. So from this like dismantling perspective, it could be that you're kind of letting go of thoughts around love and money that are just not working for you. Or maybe you're in a relationship that's just not working for you anymore and it's holding you down. That could happen. Or maybe you're managing your money in a way that's just not working for you. Money's always slipping through your fingers. So you're like, now I'm going to actually take charge of my money and build a relationship with my money even. It could play out like that as well. But likely it's something to do with a relationship. If you feel very like chained into a relationship, like bogged down by a relationship, you're like, let me free, I'm out of here, I just need to breathe type of vibes. And that's okay, right? You've got to love yourself too, and you've got to do what you need to do to maintain your peace and keep moving forward in your life. Okay, so then on the 6th of the month, we've got the same conjunction I just talked about, but now it's in your 8th house of personal development. And it's also in your 8th house of shared resources. So when I say shared resources, I mean not money you're earning from your own gifts and talents. That's the 2nd house down here of money. The 8th house of money is money that you are earning because you use money as a tool. So you invest in some stocks, you get a nice return. You decide to put some money away into a savings account, a high yield savings account, you get a return. Your partner gets a raise or a promotion. You meet somebody down here that all of a sudden is like, wow, now my bank account is enhanced because this person is like, I love you and I want to support you, right? So if it's not that, something to do, kind of this like breakthrough, expansive energy around money, then it's breakthrough and expansive energy about you and your fears. And you're like, I'm so sick of this same story. I'm so sick of these fears just repeating on constant loop in my brain, and I'm ready to just get over it. I'm ready to just like, that's an old chapter. I'm shutting the book. I'm rewriting my story type of vibes, because the eighth house is, going deep in the psyche, releasing fears that are holding you back from the highest version of yourself. So if you're fueling yourself with your love and you're breaking through systems that aren't serving you, then I would say it's a great time to let go of fears that are holding you back from your best life ever. And you've really got to just do it. You've got to do the damn thing. Nobody does anything new that they're like, I'm not a little bit afraid. Everybody does something scared, but the second that you do it afraid and you face your fear, it's instantly deleted. That's how it works, right? So be brave and be bold, Scorpio. And if you're nervous and you're like, I really just can't, I've tried my best to do this before and I can't do it, I can't get out of this stuck cycle, then please consider joining the Cosmic Collective, because I'm helping so many women inside that group change their lives by teaching them energy and helping them understand and build their awareness, so they know when they're stuck, so they know when they're self-sabotaging, and to make different choices, even small little actions, to create their best life. And it's working, because people are getting raises, promotions, unexpected money. They're meeting new people, really great guys, women, whoever, new partners. They're chasing their dreams and fulfilling them, like publishing books, connecting with illustrators. I mean, it's so beautiful. Starting their side businesses, even, it's really exciting. So you may want to connect with me there, and there's more information in the description box below. Okay, so moving along to the 10th of July, moving right along, we have got to talk about my absolute favorite aspect in astrology, Venus sextile Mercury. Let me explain why. The manifesting formula, and by the way, I don't know, I'm pretty sure I'm the one that's like coining this at this point. I have never heard anybody else talk about it like this, but maybe that's just me. I haven't listened to every astrologer under the sun, because I'm an astrologer, so I'm doing my own thing all the time and I don't have time to listen to everybody else. But hear me out. The manifesting formula says your thoughts and your speech, Mercury, need to be in alignment with your emotions, Venus, and you need to take some action in alignment with all those things. And a sextile is a harmonious aspect, which means it's working for you. The door is open, but you've got to take action. So you've got thoughts and speech, emotions, action. That's the manifesting formula, and this is so freaking cool. And for you, Scorpio, it's happening in your 8th house of your personal development and shared resources, and in your 10th house of career. Okay, so the way I see this playing out, energetically speaking, is you have finally decided you're done with these fears. You're stepping into your empowerment. You're like, I'm done letting old shit drag me down. This is the new version of me. I'm declaring it out. I'm not afraid anymore. I'm taking the leap of faith. And all of a sudden, Mercury in your 10th house of career and business, your personal legacy, your social reputation out in the world, you start sharing about it. You're like, okay, this is who I am. And you start telling people on the internet. Maybe you're sharing your story more openly. You're being more vulnerable and courageous and brave. And it's bringing rewards, right? Now, so this is a house of career. So you're in your empowerment and you get the raise or promotion. Your boss is like, hey, I'm so proud of you. Like, I can see your growth and I want to give you this promotion. I want to give you this raise. You step into your empowerment, Venus in the 8th house, and you start your business, the 10th house of business. You stand in your empowerment and confidence and you share your truth out in the world. And you hear something really good about the career you're already in. I mean, the raise or promotion. And because of it, you and your partner now have more money. You have more money to invest, whatever, right? So it's a really beautiful story. And we're going to keep Mercury and Venus circled. Oops, I thought we would, but I'll just let me get rid of all this mumbo jumbo. I get so excited with these arrows, but it helps me tell the story. Watch Venus and Mercury dance in the sky all the way through together. July 18th, Mercury retrogrades at that point. So you have over a week of this strong manifesting power to do the damn thing. So don't sleep on yourself. You have got to be an active participant in creating your reality, Scorpio. And most people think that you can just wish and wish and wish upon a shooting star and all of your dreams are going to come true. But in this universe, there is a universal law called the law of action. And it states that you have got to take action. You've got to put yourself in the game. You can't watch from the sidelines. You've got to be the player. You're player one, your VIP, your main character energy, right? Okay. Whew. From the 10th of the month, Scorpio, I've been doing these videos for like hours at this point. And I'm having so much fun doing them. Okay, the 10th of the month. Once again, we've got Venus here in your 8th house. Venus is the star of July. Venus wins. Venus in your 10th house, squaring up with Mars in your 11th house. Now, if I was a doom and gloom astrologer, if I was a traditional astrologer, I would say, oh, you're going to have some tension. There's going to be some problems of brewing, but I'm not. And I'm not going to doom and gloom you. Squares are an opportunity for you to grow and evolve. There is a frustration inside of you, there is tension inside of your bones, and you're so annoyed that you're going to use it as fuel to propel yourself into a new reality. So for you, this is like you're able to get out of a stuck rut in some space because you've got Mars hanging out with Venus. Now, where is this stuck rut going to occur? Well, it has everything to do, once again, I don't know why I felt the need to recircle it. It has everything to do, once again, with your personal empowerment, releasing your fears, and taking action, putting yourself out there to meet the right people, putting yourself out there and being more authentic to bring more money to you, networking, joining the right groups and organizations to feel better, feel more confident, courageous, and brave. Once again, Scorpio, if you're struggling with that, I will break you out of your stuck cycle. It's what I do for many women in this world. It's something I've done for myself, and I'm getting pretty dang good at it, if I do say so myself. So these are also the money houses, by the way. Money that you earn with others or your investments, and money you earn from your job. So you might feel like you've been stuck in a little bit of a rut, a money rut around like maybe your investments, maybe you're waiting for some claim money or some settlement money. And it could be that like maybe you're waiting for money from your career or your business hasn't really taken off yet or something. And you're like so annoyed that finally you're like, you know what? I'm so annoyed about this like money thing. I'm so sick of living with this in this way that I'm going to take some freaking action and put myself out there and really start telling everybody about what it is I do. And I'm going to do it in a confident way, in an authentic way, in a bold way, in a loving way. And I'm going to break free. And people are going to start to say, oh my gosh, this is like what you do. This is how you do it. Like, where do I sign up? How can I support you? This is the 11th house is benefactors and allies, people that want to help you. But you've got to put yourself out there and talk about yourself a little bit, Scorpio, or nobody's going to know what you need help with. And by the way, we're not meant to live and do life alone. We're meant to live life in community. Yes, we are individuals first and foremost, but ultimately, we are here to, I think personally, share our light with others. And sometimes that means sharing the trials and tribulations that you experience, the challenges that you've overcome, because your story is going to help somebody else. It's not only going to help somebody else and inspire somebody else, but it's also going to help you heal and transcend and become even more empowered. So maybe that's what you decide to finally do once and for all. By the way, this energy happens from the 10th through the end of the month. So tap in, tap in, get annoyed enough with yourself that you do something different. That's really what it boils down to. All right, Scorpio, we're almost to the end of the show. Let's keep going. We're going to go all the way to the 24th of July now. Now, I talked about the new moon in the general transits. Don't skip the general transits at the beginning of the video because they hold a lot of information. So please don't skip them. You're here, so watch the whole video and really learn how to use the energy in the sky for you. So you've got a new moon up here in your 10th house, opposite Pluto down here in your 4th house. Now, oppositions are like an internal battle. Do I not? Can I not? Why am I not doing it? I want to do it, blah, 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 right? You've got this energy of your emotions on the day of the new moon. It's still a time to manifest something new around your business or your career, but it's also saying you've got to let go of something around like your business, your personal legacy, your career. Maybe something has to shift. It's an emotion. Maybe what you're telling yourself, I'm not good enough to be a business owner. You've got to let that shit go. Maybe you're saying like, oh, what if I say this? Maybe my family might be upset with me. You've got to let it go, right? There's kind of this like balance, this teeter-totter between maybe your work life and your home life. You could, Scorpio, I don't know what your situation is, but you might have something around like healing generational trauma, healing family traditions, breaking free from family tradition. You might become the first business owner of your entire family because you've got this like emotional energy, something's got to give so that you can like build out your home and family life, help your family in some way, get the house you've always wanted to live in, start the home business, start the family business. I mean, it could go a billion ways, right? But there's likely some emotion you have going on around like your career that you're in, your business that you're in, or the personal legacy you're building or the social reputation you have out in the world. Maybe you're ready to really share your story, but you're worried how your family is going to treat you because you share your story, right? But you realize, Scorpio, that by sharing your truth, it sets you free. And the people that are meant to be in your life aren't going to mind that you share your truth, right? So food for thought there. That's only on the 24th, but it's going to continue on because from the 25th to the end of the month, my little doggy sleeping in the corner over here, 25th to the end of the month, now you've got the sun up here in your 10th house of career, in your 10th house of business, in your 10th house of your personal legacy and your social reputation out in the world. And the sun wants you to shine your brightest. This is personal empowerment, confidence, growth, expansion. And once again, maybe there's something that you've got to do around confidence so that you can, or career or business, so that you can change something in your home or family life. Pluto is transiting your fourth house of home and family for a long time. Okay, Pluto moves very slow. It's the slowest moving planet in the sky. And it's down here in your fourth house, which means Pluto, death, rebirth, transformation, regeneration. So it's like you could break the curse. You could be the generational healer. You could change homes. You could start the family. You could move on from some family or move home from move out of your home with your family. I mean, there's a billion ways it could go, and it's not going to all be negative. But just know that if you were to just stand in your confidence and really shine your brightest, especially like out in the world, could really make some waves around like family stuff and home life. All right, enough of that, Scorpio, enough of that. One more thing we need to discuss, and that's happening through the end of the month, by the way, through the end of the month. On the 31st of July, you will see up here in your 10th house, there is a Mercury retrograde cazimi. Now, Mercury is retrograde, so you might be a little bit brain foggy lately toward the end of the month. We talked about that in the general transits at the beginning of the video, or the video, yeah, the beginning of the recording. But here, this Mercury cazimi on the 31st is this aha moment. It's a day of clarity. It's like the light bulb turns on and you're like, why didn't I think of this sooner? And it has everything to do with your career, the business you own, your personal legacy, your social reputation out in the world. Maybe you're receiving news about some of that, news from your boss. You're gaining popularity on the internet, social reputation vibes. You have a business idea and you're finally like, oh my gosh, this is how I'm going to do this. It's that type of energy. Now, I want to tell you one more thing before I let you go, Scorpio, and that is that on March 24th, we also had a Mercury cazimi retrograde in Aries on March 24th. So if you're somebody who journals, you can go back in your journal. What was the vibe? Did you have any downloads? Did you have any aha moments specifically as it relates to your work routine? Sixth house matters, your day-to-day life, daily, like day in the life of routine, or your health routine. Now, because it's connected to these 10th house matters, I would say it's about your work routine or your like daily like routine. You wake up, you do your workout, you go to work, you do whatever with your family, you go to bed, you do the same thing over again. You might have had some clarity around like an efficient routine, how to switch up your routine to be healthier, maybe something to do with work or life. And now you've got this next aha moment around like business and career. So super cool. Let me know in the comments below, Scorpio, what you think. That's what I have for you this month. Comment, like, subscribe, share, help a girl out. If you want to work with me, check out lindsaywithlove.com or check out the description box below.